Backrooms is full of mysteries, and so are the entities inside. We already know a lot about the Partygoers, PartyPoopers, the Fun War, and the Promised Land. But one very important entity is still left out. Any guesses? You're right. The PartyHosts, famously known as Entity 167. PartyHosts were discovered long after Partygoers and PartyPoopers. They were there in the backrooms, but nobody knew much about these creatures. They somehow managed to camouflage themselves, because PartyHosts are literally cakes and hence immobile. You heard it right. By appearance, these guys are like giant size of cakes with massive shriveled eyes, often surrounded by birthday candles. But don't fall for their looks. They're even more dangerous than partygoers. PartyHosts are very intelligent creatures. They appear to be able to telepathically communicate with any partygoer in a certain range. And it's theorized they can see through the eyes of the partygoers. That means they're aware of everything happening in and around the backrooms, because all this, well, they've been seeing through the eyes of the partygoers. And not only that, it's also theorized that somehow PartyHosts are even responsible for many of the incidents and wars like the Fun War. Because PartyHosts are capable of controlling a partygoer. And I think that's really scary. They can also edit digital information, and their intelligence seems to be far above that of a human. But the only weakness the PartyHosts have is their immobility, and that's why they're dependent on the partygoers. You can also see the PartyHosts are guarded by a number of partygoers almost all the time. PartyHosts are even capable of editing pages on the Backrooms database. So if you see any pages recently been changed to something entirely different, beware of it. It might have been a trap of the PartyHosts. They do this in an attempt to lure a wanderer or drive them away from a level. They sometimes send wanderers to dangerous levels from the safe levels. If somehow the wanderer has fallen for this trap and has followed the recently changed data from the Backrooms database, he's in great danger. So do cross-check your facts always, because nothing's impossible in the backrooms. And I think the PartyHosts are far more dangerous than the partygoers. What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Entity 67, famously known as partygoers, are tall, bipedal creatures. They come under Class 5 in Entity Hazard. They're usually found in Level Fun and levels leading to Level Fun. By appearance, they're rough and leathery skin, typically tinted a dull yellow. They have no other functional features, with the exception of a cartoonish smile drawn onto their face with a substance resembling human blood. The partygoers are highly intelligent, reportedly being spotted operating complex machinery and effortlessly traversing the backrooms in search for prey. Most do not venture alone, rather they tend to hunt in groups. While hunting prey, partygoers hide in the shadows of their habitat levels and wait for prey to pass. They then begin singing a nursery rhyme, which has the supernatural property of tiring and numbing their prey, while sprinting at inhuman speeds towards their prey to latch on. Partygoers' attacks usually only last a few seconds, as partygoers never initiate sustained chases. Partygoers are capable of building cover to hide, so be careful if you see stacked furniture or items. Partygoers leave bottles of almond water around their ambush zones as bait, hoping their prey bends over and get it and doesn't notice them at first. Partygoers which have failed to hunt back off behind cover for a few minutes. If their prey doesn't leave the area by the time they've recovered, they typically attempt another charge at them. However, they'll only chase prey if they have an easy way back into Level Fun. Level Fun is considered the main habitat for the Partygoers. The only information known about the level is that all information on it is falsified. Most to all information regarding Level Fun has been edited or destroyed by Partygoers to make it appear as safe, thereby luring prey into the level. The real entrances are likely hidden as a trap for unlucky wanderers. A Partygoer is unique in structure. Its arms end in holes covered with hooked teeth. It latches on by hooking their claws into the flesh of the prey in order to stop movement and commence the transformation. Creatures attempting to escape this will tear much of their flesh off, and they'll likely bleed out. The Partygoer, after latching on for 10 seconds, retracts their claws and leaves. This marks the beginning of the transformation process. As venom from the claws circulates through the veins of the prey, results will first appear in the area that was latched onto. If it's the arm, blood flow to the hands will stop and they'll go numb. The hands will go a dark purple color and fall off, slowly being replaced by the Partygoer's signature hooked teeth. The victim's face will begin to slough off as if melted from a fire, followed by their hair. At this point, the top layer of muscle will take on the appearance of a paper bag. The blood shed at this stage is used to paint that smiley face onto the head where the face was. In the final step of this process, the victim's muscles appear to dry and shrivel. The victim will, at this point, gain vastly increased intelligence, a general distaste for other life, and lose their past memories. Around this point, the victim will no longer be able to communicate with other humans. This is the sign that they have mentally undergone the change. However, there are a few ways to avoid facing a Partygoer. Avoid singular weapons or almond water on the ground in Partygoer territory. They're almost always bait. If a raspy voice speaks to you from outside of view, do not respond. If you see things that seem to have been arranged as cover, run in the opposite direction. If you hear a nursery rhyme you heard as a child from any direction, keep yourself focused at all costs and run in the opposite direction. Caffeine and adrenaline have been shown to help. And lastly, never try to directly run from a Partygoer out of ambush unless you're at least 100 feet away. They can run you down. Entity 68, the Party Pooper, is one more interesting entity from the Backrooms. They resided on Level 52. Unfortunately, this series is extinct now. Why unfortunate? Because they were among those few good entities who were residing inside the Backrooms. They were usually known for their polarity with the Partygoers and their peace-loving nature. And due to the events of the Fun War, this entity is now extinct. I'll talk about that later in this video. Now let's know more about Party Pooper. So, by appearance, a Party Pooper looks like a man wearing a black jacket, jeans, a hood, and black sneakers. Their face is covered with a blue mask with a sad face on them. The true appearance of a Party Pooper is unknown because they refuse to take their jacket or hood off. And now, as all of them are dead, we would never know whether they were really humans or something else. Anyway, moving on. These entities were very humanitarian. They were willing to save human explorers and guide them into their base, the Boredom Room. The Party Poopers used to be friends with their refugees and were very passive. But attack a Party Pooper and you'll face the consequence. because they would straight away grab you by your arms and legs and sacrifice you to the partygoers. Yeah, they won't kill you, but you can get killed. Moral: never mess with a party pooper. Now, coming to the most important part of the video. How did the party poopers get extinct? And what is the Fun War? So, the Fun War was an event that took place on Level 52 on September 6th and 7th of 2020. Level 52 is the 53rd level of the Backrooms and seems to be a 100-mile-high school hallway with classrooms on both sides. This is where the war begun when the now extinct party poopers decided to break bonds with the partygoers and revolt on them to stop their parties. For further support, the partygoers decided to recruit explorers, claiming that explorers who will help them defeat the party poopers will get to leave the backrooms. Because of this, many explorers joined the war for a desire to leave the backrooms. That night, the battles begun, and the following morning, the partygoers claimed that they won the Fun War. And that's how the party poopers became extinct. The only remains now is room number 172. It's a classroom that was once named the Boredom Room. This classroom looks like any other classroom in Level 52, but on the board it says, "The war is now over," with a smiley face emoji, possibly written by a partygoer claiming victory over the party poopers. The rest of the room is filled with broken laptops the party poopers used to access the internet. The far side of the classroom has a door to room 170, a classroom human refugees used to settle in. Now this room has sleeping bags, along with rotting food on the desks. And that was the end of the era of party poopers. It's really sad, but that's the truth. And that's it for today. Let me know in the comment below which level you want to see next. See you in my next video. Till then, bye.